Going. What if I told you one $5 per day ad campaign could grow your following by 99.4% in just 30 days? That's exactly what happened for one of our clients. And today we're breaking down how you can do the same.
Welcome back to Bringing Simplicity Unfiltered, where we share what's really working and what's not, while we help businesses grow to seven figures and beyond. Today's episode is designed to give you behind the scenes look at how we develop an ad strategy for our clients and scripts for them. And we're going to give you all of the details on how this specific client used our Simplicity ad system follower ad format and added 800 new followers in just a month, 1 month, with the $5 a day in ad spend, and you can too. So we're super excited to share that.
Awesome. So we're going to start off. I want to just kind of explain to you why follower ads work, and like what you should be thinking about as you're adding follower campaigns to your ad strategy. So follower ads, in my opinion, are one of the most overlooked tools for growth. And I think we're going to kind of dive in more later on, but I think it's partially because people have been doing them incorrectly. And so the marketers are basically saying they're a useless strategy, but we have seen them be super successful. So ultimately, when done right, follower campaigns attract your ideal client. They warm up that cold traffic and get them exposed to you, and they set up future retargeting for higher ticket offers. So the problem is that most people overcomplicate them or just skip them entirely. And that is because a lot of marketing gurus are talking about how followers don't matter. And you'll even hear us talk about how we don't necessarily look at follower counts or things like that. They are to a certain extent vanity metrics, but the reality is that followers do matter when the follower strategy is intentional. So when we're specifically getting followers who hit that ideal client avatar, then we're building an audience that's built to buy from us.
Oh man, I feel like you talked really fast.
Welcome to Bringing Simplicity Unfiltered, where Judy was reading the notes while going because we don't script this. And her dogs are
I thought I had more time.
and her dogs are going crazy in the background. And we didn't match on purpose. Actually, I think
We
she
did not
copied
match
me.
on purpose. But I'm done. Okay. So God, I'm dying. Stop. Stop.
Okay,
Don't make me.
you can keep reading.
No,
I'll go
no.
on. So Judy
I'm,
is gonna talk to you about one of our clients, who honestly, actually, I was reviewing the tape of our call with her, and it was really funny because it was a really good example of how Judy and I are each other's other half of the brain, because I have a tendency to overthink things and want them to be perfect. And on the call, Judy was like, "No, we're doing this today. It's going live."
yeah.
Um, and like we kind of talked through all of the various elements of a strategy because we were debating reach campaign, DM campaign, and follower campaign. And that could be an episode all in of itself.
Yeah.
But you
Totally.
were like, listen, this is like the most straightforward process that you can follow. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to record. And a shout out to Paige Major. She's amazing at recording videos for other people, but also for herself. So we knew that the quality of content she would
Mhm.
produce would be super high quality. And that is something we'll talk about. And so because she didn't question, she basically was just like, okay, cool, I'll do what you guys tell
Yeah.
me.
She was like, okay.
She got the results, which is always like funny because even we do it, right? Like we're like,
I know.
do you know more than me? And it's like, no, sometimes you just have to pull the trigger. And so I'm just going to re-emphasize that within 1 month, she grew by 99.4% of followers, which was basically doubling her followers with 800 brand new followers. Now, there were a couple scragglers in there who were like not ideal clients, but the bulk of those, she's like,
Right.
oh, these are totally people I would work with or who are going to benefit from the content I'm putting out, whether they buy from me or not.
Exactly. And if like you're like, oh, out of 800, if 200 weren't ideal, like you take the 600. You would. You take the 600 right now. I promise you. 600 ideal clients. So, um, there's so much more I have to say about that. But yeah, I mean, if you guys know me by now, it's like, no, no, we're doing this now, today. What can we do today in this moment? And so shout out to our clients who trust us and listen to us. And now you get to the benefit of hearing it for free on this video today. So the whole point is you don't need, and we say it over and over and over again, is you don't need a massive ad budget. You need a message that matters, that means something to someone, right? Someone should be your ideal client profile. So our client that Greta's talking about, she didn't overthink it, right? She was like, yes, let's go. She didn't, and we didn't try to reinvent the wheel. And she simply followed the exact framework that we gave her. And the result was 99.4% growth, right? In her follower count. So 800 followers, $5 a day. And um, the part that nobody talks about is the structure of the message, right? So a successful follower campaign isn't let's run some ads and hope like the algorithm and Andromeda and Advantage Plus like favors us, right? That's not the strategy. The strategy is that you are saying specific things in your script. So who you are, who you help, and why that matters to your ideal client, right? So why does it matter to them? Again, what's in it for them? You always hear us say that. And that means you have to build your campaign and also your script to make sure that you are obviously you have a great intro, a hook, right? Everybody knows that, making sure that those are different. Andromeda is favoring creative. So make sure that you're being creative, quote unquote, in those first 30 seconds. Or actually it's like, I would think it's like actually 5 to 7 seconds. Authority, building stories. So like, again, why are you the expert to listen to? Why you? Educational, provide value, and a plug. And the plug, honestly, for followers is usually like follow for more, right? It's like simple. Like it's like follow for more. Follow if you found this interesting. Um, so that way they can be like, oh, I like want to hang out with this person, right? Like if you were to see any of Paige's things, like Greta said, like you want to hang out with her, you want to be her, like you want to be friends with her, right? So like
It's
that's
true.
how your ideal clients should feel. So follow me for more is always a great one to end with for a follower campaign for those of you who are wondering. And it's not about going viral. It's about warming up cold traffic, building that trust to pull them in. So then they start following you, hence the name follower ad. And then they start seeing all of the other content. And then they'll in turn so you see your other follower ads too. So that way you're not burning through a bunch of ad budget. It's again, like Greta said, it depends. We usually start with 3 different campaigns to start with, but it just made sense for Paige to start with follower, and making sure you know your messaging is right and making sure that you have the exact formula of the videos because that matters. That the structure of your videos matters. It's not you're just not putting out a random video out there.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually walk you through the script one of the scripts. So ultimately, in your campaign, you want to have 3 to 5 ads. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what to put in one of the scripts for that video. And then ultimately, we like to have a carousel or a single image post with a really solid caption. And then the other ones are typically videos as well. If you're not great at video, hit us up. We'll introduce you to Paige. She actually has resources to help you record better videos. But also just in general, I'm sure would be happy to show what her exact videos were she filmed. But this is exactly what we gave her. It's the like 8-step structure to the video that has gotten a ton of traction. So remember that we want to be clear and concise in in what we're saying to the reel. And so the very first part is that we want to call out our ideal client immediately in an ad. You probably will start to notice it now as you kind of know what goes into building an ad, but you want to tell Andromeda with the words that you're saying who this ad is for. So not only does it stop the scroll of the right person, but Andromeda knows who it is. Can you hear that vacuuming?
I can. You know what? Anytime I hear a sound, Greta, it's just money. It's just money.
It's just
It's a reference associated with money. I
so
must be getting a deposit right now.
So an example would be, are you a coach who's already getting results but just needs more eyes on your content, right? So we want to identify who the ideal client is and qualify them. And then we're going to agitate the gap. Now, some people may get, oh man, I was going to say peonies in a bunch. Some people may get angry at the idea of agitating. Now, bringing simplicity in general does not function on a platform of just looking at a deficit. But when I say agitate the gap, I mean you're going to call out the area of what you are providing a solution for. So you want to call out what they're struggling with in their business right now. So an example would be, you're good at what you do, but visibility is your bottleneck, right? So I'm calling out the gap is visibility. And then right away, just in case they only make it in 3 to 5 seconds, pretty normal for people to not watch your full video, you want to immediately ask for that follow. So follow me here so I can show you how to scale with simplicity, right? So I'm already inviting them to follow really early on in case they stop. Then we want to drop proof. So this is your brag moment. This is where you get to talk about your results, your numbers, your success stories. You're going to say, we helped a client gain 800 followers in just 30 days with $5 in ad spend. Again, going super clear, direct to the point. And then we want to make it bigger. So that's very much just like about us. You want to show, or one client, right? You want to show that it isn't just the success story of one, it's something that has worked for others too. So we've seen this work with multiple clients. It's repeatable. Okay. Then you're going to quickly explain the process. If you can have visuals or camera cuts to help make those steps more enticing, if you can have some visual hooks, that's helpful as well. But you're ultimately going to want to keep it to 4 steps or less when you're thinking about like a 60-second reel. So for example, we set up one ad for new followers. Ultimately, we utilize those followers who we retarget with DMs. And then we also utilize reach ads to ensure that the new followers are seeing the content that you're creating. And then ultimately, those new followers lead to sales. That was a terrible example. We'll get you some good examples if you send us a message. But you want to have it where you can talk through 4
Book a call with
steps.
us if you want to know more. Good.
This is what happens when we do things on the fly and it's late at night. Okay. Then you want to reiterate.
Okay, it's late at night for you. Let's be clear.
We want to reiterate who it's for. So if you're a coach with a solid offer but low visibility, this ad strategy is for you. And then we want to end with a final CTA. Follow now if you're ready to use $5 per day ads to grow your audience with the right people, right? So like, it's very clear. I want people to follow. I'm providing a little bit of background on who I am, the results I give. We're making sure people know I'm talking to them. And that we can solve a problem that they're looking to have solved.
Okay, I know we're almost at time. I think we are at time. So I'm going to quickly run through these. But why this strategy works is because follower ads build trust at the top of the funnel before anyone ever gets to see whatever you offer, any offer that you have, a sales page, anything. And they're going to quote unquote, warm the room. So your audience is already familiar with you when they see you and your next offer, right? So when you're ready to launch. So you want to start these 60, 30 days before you're actually going to launch anything.
For sure. And a couple of mistakes, just because we've kind of told you, go for it, right? Judy told our client, just have them go live. That doesn't take into account all of the other conversations that we have had with her. So a couple of mistakes to avoid when running follower ads is don't run follower ads without organic content behind it. So you don't want to get followers to a social media account that has no content and you don't have a plan for posting consistently. You don't want to speak to everyone. And this is super important, especially when it comes to ads. Andromeda is using the words you say, the captions on your video, and your actual caption for the like caption on video, actual caption, to identify who to show your ads to. If you don't want a bunch of creepy men or random bots to follow you from your follower ads, you may have to zoom in extra on who you're looking to talk to and what problem you are solving. So even if you help a bigger audience, you want to specifically call out one part of that niche with your follower ads who you would view as ideal clients, that if they followed you, you would want them to buy from you. And don't skip the proof. And you hear me and Judy talk about this all the time, but results build trust. Anybody can create an AI ad, anybody can say anything. The more you can show and talk to exact numbers, the better.
Yes, and I think that there are gifts being delivered right now at my house. So this is just a great episode. So proof over promise. If you're ready to grow your audience with the right people and turn your visibility into sales, book a call with us. We'll map out your ad strategy with you, determine if now's even the right time for you to run ads, and if the follower ad is for you. So that way you can focus on your building your actual business and we can focus on the ads for you. So we will see you next time for more Unfiltered.
Bye.